Hey guys, it's Mike here. Thought I'd do another little video while I'm waiting for another order. Nothing's come through as of yet today, so it's a bit of a quiet Monday, but very windy. It's like I'm being farted on constantly, and these are wet farts. Big, wet, cold farts. Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd like to basically tell you why I'm a freak. I was thinking about something recently because I've been kind of getting trolled for my viewpoints, so to speak, and people just say to me, why do you do it? Why do you bother making these videos calling out YouTubers and stuff? And truthfully, it's not YouTubers, it's people. And I used to have like a lot of people on my social networking profile who were YouTubers, and just it's kind of a coincidence in a sense. And the reason why I do it is because more the fact that I'm just sick and tired of people abusing other people's generosity, friendship, and respect. I used to have a lot of respect for people and, for a lot of people, but then our culture's become something where, this means more than this, in a sense, instead of having a heart and enjoying each other's company and loving someone for who they are, we've become a culture of people who immerse themselves in this. And as far as I'm concerned, if you love something, this will come, no matter what you do. I'm going through a bit of a hard time myself, but I'm working my way slowly out of it by taking on some part-time work and just working my arse off so that I can earn enough to kind of put a deposit down and get things moving, to make my way and start building my own future. And I think what a lot of these guys tend to do, and what I have a problem with, is they don't want to do that. They want to manipulate something and destroy it, and it's kind of sad, really. YouTube has become kind of a haven for those who they kind of negate their passion now. It's like they don't make content because they want to make something and it's beautiful. They make it because this comes into play. And look, I have no issue with that. If I had a monetized channel, I'd probably do the same thing and make content. But I do this for free because it gives me a chance to kind of just jump on my giant soapbox and be vocal about things and talk and discuss things, and ask your opinion. In the end, we may not have the same opinion, but I respect your opinion as people. Each and every person who subscribes to my channel and has an opinion on anything, I respect that. But I just got tired of it now. Talking about the last two people that I discussed, the reason why I discussed them, because it's getting kind of silly now where people are just not hiding things either. You're not being sly about it. I know someone who was sly when it came to his Patreon contributions because he lied. One of the reasons I stopped talking to him is because he lied about his Patreon. He did a video kind of hyping the Patreon up, discussing, I'll quit my job if it gets to 3K and concentrate on this full time. But for now, it all goes to my show and blah blah blah. Turns out it didn't. He was living off of it. He lied, and apparently, from what I've been told, he was lying again when he was asking for donations for something else. And I don't like that. I've always been a person that tries to live by his morals. Sometimes I don't succeed. We all fall. We all get into a situation where we fall, we pick ourselves back up, and I'm going to be the first, to say it. I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm flawless, I'm amazing, I'm Jesus. I'm not. We all have flaws. We all have situations that we're going through. We all have times where we will falter. But the main thing is to say that we faltered, say, okay, I made this mistake, and then move yourselves back up and move yourselves on. The other question a friend of mine asked me recently was, what's the point? What's the point of doing it? They're not going to change. No one's going to change. Maybe by pointing this out, it's a way for me to say, hey, someone knows. Someone's watching. Someone has said something, because no one else is going to. And it's kind of like my way to vent about something that I just don't like, and discuss something that I really feel negatively about, rather than keep it in. It bugs me because, in a sense, I think there's a lot out there who they'd rather hide themselves people tend to act in a sense. Hide who we really are, and hide our own ambitions, and hide our loves, hide our lives, and hide our disappointments, because we're afraid that if someone sees this, they're not going to love us, which I've shown. It has shown I've unfriended and deleted and blocked about 50 different people because of that, because their real selves kind of came about instead of who they were as people, or I thought they were. And I understand that. Before I used to get really bummed out. Now I'm like, it happens. Nothing's stopping me from being who I am. And I know a lot of people get pissed off about it, and a lot of people find it challenging the fact that I open my mouth, or to associate with me, because YouTube, politics and stuff. But it's who I am, and it's the whole reason why I do what I do. I don't do it because I want to start fights for channels. If I want to start big fights for channels, I have dirt on loads of big channels, and I mean loads. And I could start fights with each and every one of them. But the thing is, they don't irk me because these channels aren't close to me. I did the Alpha video because Alpha, I consider him a friend. I did, not anymore. The DSP thing, I used to be a DSP fan. I considered him someone that I enjoyed in terms of his content before he became an asshole. Same goes for this young lady who I did the thing on the GoFundMe about. That irked me because I considered her a good close friend, and I consider her a great person. She's just really a horrible human being. But that's the thing, I've always said to myself that I wanted to make sure that if I could do anything, even if it's the smallest thing, to always speak up. Being out on the street and defending people anytime someone gets into a fight, or helping someone anytime I see them in need, I don't want any gratitude. I don't want to be famous because of that. I do it because I was raised right. I have morals. I'm not expecting anybody to have the same morals as I do, because we all have different experiences. We're all different people. But does it make me a freak? Possibly yes, because a lot of people don't conceive me to be normal because of my voice, because the way I stand out and the way I say things. Others, close friends, have said to me, you're probably going to end up ending your career as an actor and as a director president. No one's going to want to work with you because you speak your mind. Tarantino spoke his mind. So many fucking directors speak their mind. I'm not saying I'm that popular, because I'm not. Kevin Smith, there goes another one for you. The director of the Avengers and the Buffy series, name kind of doesn't ring a bell at the moment. It probably will do once this video is done, but still. He speaks his mind. And the reason why I speak my mind is because I'm sick and tired of people getting away with using one another. The world sucks enough, right? Politicians screwed the world up because they favour big business over people, no matter who you vote for. Pyramid schemes. You've got these guys who sell you products that aren't real, just so they can give you. Everyone gets paid up until the bottom, and eventually each individual will then try and screw their friends over to be part of these pyramid schemes. You have people who go out there and mug each other or try and kill someone and say, I do it because it was how I was raised. When the choice goes down to you. I choose whether or not to open my mouth or not. I suffer the consequences. And in the end, if someone sees me on the street and smacks me in the face, or tries to get into a fight with me over my opinions, then you really need to second guess yourself. Look in the mirror and think, am I the problem? Or maybe the problem is that you're taking what I'm saying to heart. In the end, that's all that I try to do. I discuss other things, I talk about myself, my situation. I've tried to kind of, get other homeless people involved in shelters and stuff, and most of them just don't really want to know. Unless I have 100,000 subscribers and 1 million views, because that's what it's all about. It's not about human compassion anymore, or trying to be a proper human being and care for one another. It's about how much social media coverage someone has, and it's a shame. So if you feel that I am a hypocrite, or I'm a piece of shit, or whatever you want to call me, because I've spoken out and spoke my mind, good on you. At the end of the day, it's your opinion, and opinions are subjective. Am I a freak? Maybe have a little guess. Feel if you know. Am I really a definition of what's normal? I'm just someone who believes that each and every person is good, basically. But sometimes an ego and even a smidge of attention turns you into the biggest arsehole in the world. And in the end, people want equality, then maybe they need to fight for equal rights. And that means down the middle, not just, women are being fucked over by men, or men are being fucked over by women. It means equal rights. I wonder if social media went dead, if Twitter was gone, Facebook died, YouTube was gone, if any of these social justice warriors that are at the moment would still campaign. Or if any one of these celebrities, what they call themselves celebs, in their own rights would feel any sort of form of relevance. Sometimes our own biggest enemy is us. What we do, how we interact with people, what we say. So if you're offended by anything that I say, then I apologise. On that note, I think that's time for me to go. So ladies and gentlemen, I will bid you adieu, and I'll see you again for another video. Sorry about the lighting and stuff, it's Black Eve for you. Bye.